John, yeah.
John,
When I grow up, I want to be one of the harvesters of the sea. Before my early days are done, I want to be a fisherman. Private now. Calling John the fisherman. Are we recording?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Hot and nasty, we're doing the podcasty.
Yeah.
We're here with fucking
I'm Andy Abode.
Mark Joseph and our special first-time host, Jonathan Ray.
First time host? No, this is our first guest.
I did not say that, did I?
You said host.
Oh, fucking
It's
shit.
fine.
Hey, John Ray.
It's fine.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, John.
Good.
Sweet. So, the first thing I want to talk to you about today, fucking shit. Wow. I do not like this whiskey at all.
You can do it.
I can do it, for sure. I want to talk about, like, drugs and getting high and shit.
Okay.
It's like, for me, I'll be honest, like, I didn't start smoking with, like, weed or anything until I was, like, 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't, like, specifically enjoy it. But, like, before then,
Wait,
I feel like...
you don't enjoy it, but you do it?
I mean, I'm a troubled soul. If we get into that at some point.
Yeah,
Bathroom.
it's, yeah, just take a left to, door straight in front of you.
There's any corner we can find. No, so, like, you can talk about, like, runner's high and all that shit. I feel like I experienced that, like, way before I ever started smoking weed.
Wait, so you actually get runner's high?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I would compare it to getting, like, an actual fucking, like, marijuana THC high.
So I'm obviously, like, very ignorant when it comes to this. Like, I run a lot, but
it's tough to distinguish between, like, a delirium and an actual high.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, that's fair.
Like a lightheadedness.
I like to run because, well, I don't like to run, but I run primarily as my workout because it's something I'm not very good at. So I feel like I should do it more to kind of, like, keep up or whatever. And I've never experienced it. But from what I understand, it's this crazy, like, euphoria, this awesome high, and I don't get it, man. Like, and also I don't know how common it is for people to get runner's high. I don't know if everyone that runs a lot, for long distances gets it, or if it's something that only happens to, like, a few people and every now and then.
Yeah. So the way I understand it, there's, like, different. I don't know if there's, like, different interpretations or levels of it. There's definitely, like, that delirium, like, you're running, so you're just, like, super fucking exhausted.
Right.
I think the runner's high that most people talk about, at least maybe scientifically, probably not the right word, but, like, you break this wall where you're running, and you're, like, burning carbs.
Okay.
And then your body, like, switches over to, like, burning fats.
Yeah.
So, like, you hit this one part, and you're like, oh, fuck, I can't run anymore. Then you just kind of, like, push yourself through, like, you shit your pants. You have diarrhea, and you're running that fucking half marathon, put that fucking 13.1 sticker on your car.
Yeah, just so everyone knows you're cool.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them when taking road trips.
Yeah.
But no, you like you go past that point, and then you start burning fats, and that's like where the runner's high comes from.
Okay.
Part of it for me is like, I'm not sure. I might have a deviated septum.
Okay.
Uneducated Statements podcast. I don't know if I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I do because I only breathe out like one nostril, like 90%
Literally
of the time.
everything we've said so far is very uneducated and unsupported.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking running doctor.
That's the name of this podcast.
I'm
John. I don't know if we told you that, but this is the Uneducated Statements podcast.
Basically, we have carte blanche to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, but we just have to sound informed.
Yes,
but it's okay if we're off a little bit. But I think for the most part, we kind of know what we're talking about.
Anyway, let's keep talking about my nose.
Let's keep talking about your
my
nose.
super Jewy schnoz.
God damn it, I can't even say it.
My schnoz.
You
hit me right in the schnoz, Marv.
Anyways, so
okay.
Deviated septum.
Yeah, so like when I run, sometimes, once I'm getting like pretty intense, I feel like I can breathe out of both nostrils. But most of the times I have a hard time breathing out. Like,
I'm pretty sure most people breathe out of both nostrils.
I don't. I'm out of my left nostril right now, bro.
Interesting.
Do you
breathe out of both?
Are you a bi-nostril breather, John Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Of course.
What the fuck? Okay,
Except
I can only breathe out this left
I've done too many
one.
drugs.
Why are you making it seem like most people only breathe out one?
Because I do.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it's
I feel like
supposed to work.
I read it on Reddit that like 50% of the population isn't aware that they're only breathing on one nose at a time because the nose is like conserving bullshit oxygen.
Okay, I know Reddit is a super big hub for information, but I don't know if it's good for accurate information.
I only use like 3 websites, which is like my email, Reddit, and then slickdeals.com.
Slickdeals.com.
It's just where I get. Not .com, .net.
What do you shop for on slickdeals.net?
We have some super dope audio equipment coming in.
Okay.
Slick Deals.
Yeah, so we're gonna start sounding better. This is probably.
I got a sweet $30 rebate plus $80 savings on
Sweet.
a DSLR system, which we don't have a DSLR camera, but like apparently the audio is pretty dope.
Right.
I bought some shoes. Got some shoes there.
Yeah.
They didn't buy it through them, but like it says like, hey, on Amazon, Asics Wave Runners are $20. These are I think these are Wave Riders I'm rocking right now, 17s. They're around 18s right now. I feel like they're gonna be moving on to 19s. Pretty cushy. Can wear them all day.
Anyway, so
getting high, yeah.
Yeah, your nose and running.
Anyway,
let's
yeah.
go back to that.
So then, like, I feel like once I started like actually like doing drugs, like smoking weed and shit, like it wasn't. I don't want to say that it wasn't as palatable, but it wasn't as effective as I thought it should have been.
Oh, so you thought it was gonna you were gonna
like I've been told like, oh, it makes music better, it makes food better, but like I was just super fucking paranoid.
Okay.
Like I'd feel like the cold in like certain spots in my body.
And that's all it does for you? Like you don't.
Yeah, I mean like I rarely smoke without drinking now. Okay. So like I feel like the beer tastes better. But
that makes sense.
Aside from that,
sure. I don't know. What about you, John? Like,
it gets me a little bit more fucked up. I feel.
I don't know. I was never really a fan of marijuana. I did it a little bit when I was a teenager, but my drug of choice was always the white lady.
Right. Okay.
It just makes you drink longer. You know, you never really get to that point where.
So that's your drug of choice then?
Oh yeah.
Alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to drink.
Yeah, a lot of people don't consider it a drug, but it definitely is. It definitely is. It's probably the worst one, but it doesn't matter. It's.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. So like marijuana, they always sound like, oh, that's. I'm like super. Just my throat is all fucked up today. Like they talk about all the health benefits, like it's anti-inflammatory and it helps with, seizures and glaucoma. Not cataracts. I feel like it doesn't help with cataracts.
No, it apparently does help with cataracts.
Anxiety, cataracts.
I know people with cataracts get
there's great benefits, but I feel like alcohol, seeing us as kind of like sedative properties.
Yeah, it literally does
like
like
anti-inflammatory.
It literally does nothing good for your body except except for the people who just. And I don't know if these people actually exist, but like the fucking old people that just drink like maybe a glass of red wine a day. Apparently that's really good for your cardiovascular system because it opens up your blood vessels and lets the blood flow a lot easier. It's really good for your heart, apparently. But, I mean, no one fucking does that, okay? No one's just like, oh, well, it's got to take care of my body, so let's just drink.
I got my multivitamins.
Yeah, I took my multivitamin.
I got my chlorella.
Let's drink one glass of red wine.
I've got one glass of sangria. I'm gonna live to 90. I'm gonna live till 90.
Well, yeah, let's go back to your thing. So you have your experiences with drugs, and you have yours. I don't do drugs personally.
I've never even fucking taken the codeine that they fucking prescribed me when I had my teeth, my wisdom teeth removed.
You didn't take it?
I didn't take it. Why? No, I didn't want to.
You were worried.
Yeah, I mean, I have some drug addict members in my family.
Same, yeah.
And I've seen people that are like, oh, I really like drugs. I'm like, I don't want to be you.
Right, that makes sense. I don't know, but what about you? Like you and your experience,
Well. What about it?
Any heebie-jeebies about doing drugs? Or
yeah.
No, I mean, at this point...
Anything you feel like it makes you better at? That's the deal with cocaine for me. I don't know if it makes me a better person. I can see weed, people are like, oh, it opens your mind to this, and psychologically that, and maybe health for this reasons, but I've always been kind of standoffish about...
my thing is I understand, I understand experimenting with drugs open your mind to other things, but if you continuously do a drug and you continuously put your mind in that frame of thought, then that's just the way you think now, okay? Like, it's not opening your mind up anymore. It's just you've shifted how you think.
And it's just like a habit.
Yeah, and it's just, you no longer develop, like, any outside thoughts. It's just like, oh, okay, well, like, my body's used to having marijuana in the system, or THC, rather. So that's how I think now.
Fuck you over, John Ray. John Ray has left, everyone. This is no longer the Uneducated podcast.
No,
I do not talk well.
It still is. It still is. No, but
I was going to say with our.
But
co-host,
like, you
John
see
Ray.
what I'm saying? Like everything in the entire universe is related to reference frames, and so
I feel like I pissed them off a little bit.
no. So our general reference frame is how we think when we're sober. But if you continuously do a drug, you do a drug every day, it changes your reference frame, and then that's how you think from that point on. And it's not anything special. It's just that's just how you think now. I don't know.
We're hitting recording, right? We're recording this.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I totally like a perspective type switch, which is your primary and like a secondary perspective.
Right, but like what I'm saying is, like, when you do a drug every day, it becomes your primary.
Yeah, like it definitely fucks with your consciousness. Like fucking, are you is the dream real or is this real? Whoa.
Yeah, some like Inception type shit. Yeah.
Whoa, which is the real world and the abode?
Yeah.
What are you fucking playing with?
The switch from the fan.
Oh, cool. Is it a Hampton Bay?
Yeah, it's a Hampton Bay.
Nice.
It came off when I turned on. So for those of you listening, our air conditioning.
I want y'all to know
broke.
that Andy Abode only has 1 out of 4 lights on his ceiling fan are fluorescent. The other 3 are incandescent.
Well, okay, because
if
we
want to
should
power your Easy Bake Oven, I believe he has those on stock.
No, so we changed the one since we moved in. Obviously, we bought the fucking
You should call your landlord. Say, hey, buddy.
I don't know, man.
I'm not paying a dime on this rent until you replace this incandescent light bulb that is burned out with the fluorescent.
I don't think that's
Also,
necessarily fair.
fix our fucking air conditioner.
Yeah, I definitely need to talk to him about that tomorrow.
Dude, you got a fancy air conditioner. I'm pretty poor. I still have fucking window units.
Yeah.
Which in Corpus was like, dude, I didn't have fucking air condition living in Corpus my whole life until I was like, let me do the math, 11? Until I was in fucking 4th grade?
Right.
Is that, I hope that, until I was 16, 5th
I
grade?
think, no, because I was 10 in 4th grade, but I was young, so that's right. That makes sense.
Yeah, like,
why do you have one sleeve rolled up right now?
Bro, where am I giving my cigarettes that I don't have anymore for some reason? I gave them to another guy.
Okay, so tonight, Mark and I were working.
Do you know, like, my flexing?
Mark and I.
Flexing guns.
Mark and I were working the Felipe Esparza show at Mesquite Street Comedy Club, and he comes up to me and he says, "Hey man, you want a cigarette?" And I said no. And he said, "Oh, but I have one right here." And he starts running his hands through his hair, and he has this thick head of hair. And he just puts his hands in his hair, pulls a cigarette out from his hair, and I kind of laughed. He handed it to me, and he was like, "Oh, do you want another one?" And he pulled another one out of his hair, and then he keeps pulling cigarettes out of his fucking hair.
I think I had about 7 or 8.
You had 8. You had 8 fucking.
You counted.
You had 8 fucking cigarettes in your hair. It was insane.
Where else would you keep them?
I don't know.
In a carton?
In the trash can where they belong. I don't know.
I mean, they were delicious menthols.
Yeah, delicious menthols, whatever. Yo, I had menthol flavored soda from the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta. No, listen to this. Okay.
Excuse me, one more time.
Okay, so in Atlanta they have the Coca-Cola factory, which
I'm sorry. Where did our guest go?
I think he went to go to the bathroom and smoke a cigarette. But
I mean, we could have moved the recording equipment in there.
Yeah,
Show must go on.
Yeah, that nice peeing sound. But in Atlanta they have the Coca-Cola factory, and it's also a museum, and you get to take a tour, learn about the history of Coca-Cola, see how it's made. But at the end of the tour, they hand you a 64-ounce cup, and then let you loose in this room, and it has soda fountains with literally every Coca-Cola product from around the world. And people in different parts of the world have different tastes, obviously. So there's different kinds of soda, and soda that you would never, ever think about here. You know, different flavors, different things. And I tried all of them, obviously. And one of the things I noticed was in, I can't remember what part of Africa. I think it's the northern portion, like Egypt and places like that, the surrounding countries. Coca-Cola has a product that is actually a menthol-flavored soda. And I guess it's, I guess menthol's a plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Okay, but yes.
I
absolutely.
think so. Well, if there's not like a specific menthol plant, the menthol flavor comes from a plant. Anyways, this fucking soda is flavored like that.
Mentholinium, Epicurus.
Yeah. I know that's not right.
I wikied it.
Yeah, you would. Whatever. Anyways, there's this menthol flavored soda, and I tried it, and
It was
I
delicious.
was not surprised because it tasted like shit. It was awful. It was the worst. It was the second worst one. The worst one that I tried out of all the hundreds of Coca-Cola products was this thing that they have in Italy, and I can't remember what it's called, but it tasted like carbonated spit. And not my own spit, but someone else's spit. And that's what made it the fucking worst. I don't know. They had a bunch of really cool stuff, but those were the two worst ones by far. I don't know. I thought that was like a really cool experience overall.
Yeah.
Like, what I did was I tried all of them individually first, and there's some cool stuff. Like in Japan, they have a really good green apple flavored soda. And in the Philippines, they have it's like a fruit punch flavored soda, which was interesting because everyone knows what fruit punch tastes like, but once you carbonate
These
it,
are all Coca-Cola products, by the way, yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
and it was interesting, and they actually have one fountain there that is the Coca-Cola formula that they use in different regions of the world. Because obviously the Coca-Cola that we have here is different from the Coca-Cola that they have in like Southeast Asia or whatever.
Okay.
It's not like a huge difference, but it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And
Have you ever been to Epcot?
well, real quick, but yes, but I'll touch on that in a sec.
I feel like that's a superior version of what they have in Epcot.
So the last thing I did at the Coca-Cola factory was I decided to oh god, John.
Our co-host, are we calling co-host? Or
No,
guest?
he's not a co-host.
He's a guest.
He's a guest.
Because he would be a terrible host if he just
Yeah, if you just
up
dipped
and
out
left
to-
the podcast.
So our guest actually
He has stepped out for a momentary break. He will return, maybe never.
maybe never. God, hopefully he does though. I would be kind of worried if he didn't. Anyways,
He's a grown-ass man. He's good.
yeah, he's a grown-ass.
Anyway,
man,
so
that's true.
Coca-Cola.
So Coca-Cola factory. The last thing I did before I left there was I took my 64-ounce cup and I made the suicide of all suicides.
I would kill myself before I would drink that, but okay.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
I literally went to.
I feel too guilty
Why?
because that's not a thing you should be doing.
I know, but it was
I
that.
feel like they had
that's why it was so much fun.
engineers and chemists.
That's why it was
Years and hours upon hours of work going into formulating
each individual
these
soda.
beverages, and then you just mush them together.
Yeah, it's just like a gross
This
amalgamation
unholy matrimony.
of carbonated water and syrup
It's
and
just
all
a
these
bunch
flavors.
of sugar that tastes different.
Yeah. So what I did was I
Yeah.
So I went and I put a squirt of each soda because there's so many that you can't like put like a significant amount in your cup if you want to fit them all in there. So you literally have to go and touch it, get a squirt, and then move on to the next one. So I got a squirt of each different kind of soda from around the world, every single Coca-Cola product mixed together in one cup. And I took a straw, mixed it up real good to make sure it was all like kind of evenly balanced or whatever. And I tried it, and I wanted to throw up. It was one of the grossest things I've ever put in my life.
What is your policy on mixing different sodas of dark versus light, like Mountain Dew and Sprite versus like Coca-Cola and root beer, or Coca-Cola and Sprite, or Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper?
I've literally never made a suicide or mixed sodas together, except for that one time.
Okay.
I thought,
My general policy is like you only mix dark with dark.
Well,
So like
okay.
I'll do Coca-Cola.
I'll take that back.
With root beer, or Coca-Cola with like if I'm at Stripes, I'll do like the vanilla flavoring.
Yeah.
But I don't like cherry or the shit that they have.
I should take that back because I'm not being totally honest. In high school, after wrestling tournaments, whenever sometimes we would go to McDonald's and just eat shit. And what I would do every time we did that was I'd go get Powerade and mix it with Sprite, and that's the only other thing I've mixed like that.
I mean, that's like light with light though. Yeah.
Sort of. It's like a light soda mixed with
like citrus and another type of citrus heavy.
Yeah, sort of.
Electrolyte
Whatever
shit going on.
But yeah, I've never done the suicide thing before. But I thought
The only time I had done that before would be like Frosties, Slurpee type things, slush monkeys as they're called now, Stripes, which I feel like is the overwhelming majority, at least in Texas.
Right, slush puppies.
Slush puppies.
That's
like an Exxon thing.
Sure.
But yeah, you just mix all those together.
Yeah.
Except the Coke. I feel like the Coca-Cola's
slushie
is always kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. It was just I don't know.
I mean, cherry and pina colada go pretty well together. And then the third one's always some red bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Red
bullshit.
I feel like those always went pretty well together. And
I feel like that's
Coke on the right.
Honestly, I feel like red bullshit is such an overwhelming flavor in a lot of things that we eat. I don't know.
Would you like the enchilada plate? Yeah, but can't even have any red bullshit on it.
Yeah. What kind of chicken wings do you want? Yeah, give me that red bullshit.
Whataburger with grilled cheese sandwiches as buns. We can keep the red bullshit out of the middle.
Yeah. I'll take the BLT with no red bullshit.
No red bullshit, please. Just get all the red bullshit. No tomatoes. No. The red bullshit.
Nah, yeah, the red bullshit.
I want tomatoes. I want that. Give me some juiciness to the sandwich.
So bacon? No bacon? Just lettuce and tomato?
No, just the red.
No. Just leave off the red bullshit.
Red bullshit number 39. I know you put that shit in there. Okay, makes your pee-pee small.
Yes.
Have you heard that Big Red makes your pee-pee small?
I haven't, but speaking of red bullshit, I went to Six Flags over here.
I'm talking about making your pee-pee small real quick, okay?
Okay.
Let's talk about Six Flags.
No.
Fiesta?
You do your thing
No, we're
first.
talking about Fiesta. Let's talk about making pee-pee smaller later.
No. Pee-pee smell first. I want to get that out of the way because I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay, so there's some sort of chemical in Big Red that makes your pee-pee small. Big Red and Mountain Dew, I feel like it's in both of them. I don't know what it is. If you were to Google it right now, you'd probably find it. You don't have to Google it, Andy Abode.
Yeah.
But
we'll
definitely Google it at home.
Be ignorant.
Red Bull or not Red Bull. Big Red or Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's Big Red. Big Red, PB Small. Google that. One of those chemicals.
I'm not going to.
One of those chemicals says this chemical makes your pee-pee small.
Right.
Like it depletes some sort of protein that's only found in your pee-pee. Anyway, so Six Flags over Texas, Fiesta.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Fiesta
Fiesta.
because Astroworld doesn't exist. Dallas is way too far.
Yeah, so I went to
OG,
Six
apparently.
Flags over San Antonio a few
Fiesta,
weeks
Texas.
ago. Yeah, whatever.
Fiesta, say it.
Fiesta, Texas.
Okay.
God damn it.
You're in the
Just
little bowl, little valley type of shit.
free advertisement for this goddamn Six Flags.
Did you get on the Roadrunner?
The Roadrunner. I don't think that's a thing.
It's the first one. The very first one. You go in. It's on the right after the boomerang.
After the boomerang?
You go in. On the left is a Goliath.
Oh yeah, I rode
Boomerang.
that one,
Roadrunner. Used to be the Rattler. I don't know if that's even in commission
yeah.
anymore.
No, it's still called the Rattler actually.
But is it in commission?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You got the Rattler.
Because I rode it.
Superman.
I didn't ride Superman because
the Poltergeist.
Yeah, the only one I didn't ride was the Superman because the line was way too long.
Yeah.
Anyways, the whole park is sponsored by taquitos, the chips or whatever. You know what I'm talking
I've been there
about?
in a long time.
You know, but
Tostinos?
no, not Tostinos, but taquitos,
Never
the
heard of
chips. And taquitos, the chips. but it's like Doritos, but they're like rolled up into like a cylindrical type chip, and it was the weirdest thing because I went to go buy like a margarita at a place, and you know there were fucking signs everywhere, and I was like, I might as well try them, and so I got these chips, and they were literally just like, you know, super red, covered in all this powder, and you reach in the bag and you eat them, and then you try and like lick the flavoring off your fingers, but then like the tips of your fingers are still red, and you think, oh god, like I shouldn't be putting this in my body.
They probably made your pee-pee so small.
There's just so much red bullshit all over these
yummy.
things. So if you're listening, don't eat those taquitos chips things.
Yeah,
They're not good.
Yes, Texas. But
And
don't eat the fucking taquitos.
Yeah, and there's way too much red bullshit on them.
I hear the last time I went to Fiesta, Texas, the last time I went must have been a Fright Night
Keep talking.
thing. I want to say like 6 years ago, and they had this dude. It's like during Friday night they have all the fucking the themed festivities going on, and one of the things that they had was like dead pop culture singer celebrities. So they had like Elvis, and he's like he's singing about having like I mean fucking, it was pretty kind of brutal actually for like the audience there, like him like shitting to death on the toilet. And then they had Richie Valens doing La Bamba, but it's like going like para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba, se necesito de poco de grasa. Like instead of singing like the actual lyrics, he was just singing like made up bullshit like, you don't know what I'm saying, you don't know what I'm saying, you don't speak Spanish, anyway la bamba. Like he was saying that in Spanish. It was super funny. But yeah, I haven't gone since fucking like a Fright Night, and the last time I went, I had pictures of it. I looked like a stoner degenerate type surfer kid who's like really tan, really long hair. It's actually like sun bleached. Maybe we'll throw it up on like an Instagram or some shit.
Really?
I look like I'm up to no good.
Sun bleached hair on Mark.
Well, I used to play like tennis like
I can't see
5
it.
hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were a tennis player.
Yeah, like I'm only in high school, but nothing big, yo. I wasn't like gonna go like Nick's Academy and play the U.S. Open with fucking I don't remember that dude's name anymore. This is a fucking tennis player. Like
Roger Federer.
Roger Federer and Andre Agassi, which Andre
Whatever.
Agassi fucking early 2000.
Yeah, do you want to
Novak Djokovic and the Nadals and all them such.
Do you want to start playing tennis together?
Do you want to?
I mean, I kind of always liked tennis growing up. I wasn't very good.
I'd probably, we could do that.
I mean, you'll kick my ass, but
Oh, most definitely.
yeah, I don't care.
I'll teach you to hit. Teach you how to move those hips.
Yeah, I do need help with that.
I'll move your hips, bro.
I mean, it's you and me and
got
Javi
you.
on the dance team or whatever.
Yeah.
What was that? I never really understood what we were talking about.
The Hava Wookiees.
The Javi. So Javi Luna, local comedian and fantastic guy.
He's got some great hips.
Yeah. He conscripted Mark and I to join his dance crew called the
He
Javi
can cut a rug.
Wookiees. Yeah, he can.
cut a rug.
I believe it.
I actually don't know if he can, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna see if he can. Hey, I'll leave my own words if it's not true, but he can cut a rug.
You're right. Yeah.
He can cut those rugs pretty well.
Oh yeah.
I'm not entirely certain what that means, but this is a very generic. Oh, I have snowman on my mug.
Yeah, it's
My
a
mug's a
it's a
whiskey.
Christmas flavored mug that I took out at Christmas time and didn't back up. I
This
just
whiskey isn't bad.
yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I'm not a fan of like Jim Beam.
It's
Jim
rye.
Beam's a little sweet for me.
Well, that's bourbon, so
Ah,
it's a different kind of whiskey.
okay.
So yeah, that's rye whiskey. It's like, well, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Rye 49 or whatever.
Rye 49.
No,
Yeah.
actually, that's not what it's called. It's fucking, I don't know.
Rye 48.
Yeah, I'll look up the bottle and tell
There's
you guys
got a
here
number associated with it.
by the end of the podcast. We'll figure it out. Anyways,
Yeah, okay.
God, yeah, I don't think John's gonna make it back by the end
I
of the
think he
podcast.
may have gone to kill himself, which would be an utter shame, especially if that's true. And I was just joking about that, which would make it super embarrassing.
Yeah, dude. If you
Yeah,
actually-
let's maybe not joke about that in the future.
yeah, if he actually did, you're gonna feel like a real asshole.
I mean, we both feel like a real asshole because he decided, like, you know what? This
Well,
podcast made me decide
that
it's
was
not worth
weird.
living
He
anymore.
didn't say anything. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss, and
I'm
then
going to smoke a cigarette.
and then I'm gonna go take a piss and smoke a cigarette.
Then he
and
left
just
forever.
peaced out. Yeah, don't say that. But
He left this temporal plane.
so our guest, John Ray, evidently went to
Off himself.
no
Probably
stop.
went to the local Flare Bluff. I don't know.
Yeah, that
hot
happens
place.
a lot in our neighborhood.
People just-
Actually,
Yeah, you just hear gunshots all the time.
I actually don't. But
There's not a lot of trees here to hang himself, so I don't think he had a gun.
Jesus Christ,
He had to go OD somewhere,
Mark,
which would have been super easy. in
you need to
Florida.
stop, dude. That's terrible.
Anyway, let's talk shit about Mexicans, shall we?
No.
Hey, everyone.
No, so
They're wonderful
our
people.
guest, John Ray, actually
Swell fella.
left to go find drugs because apparently our first conversation really made him want to get
It
some.
made him jonesing.
So
He was jonesing for it.
it tells you a little bit about John.
I could have got some Taco Bell. I feel like we were equally all interested in that.
Wait, what?
I feel like Taco Bell's a pretty fair substitute.
For drugs?
Like, yeah, like a constellation.
I mean, for me, yeah.
I like Taco Bell. I feel like you like Taco Bell. You look pretty white.
Yeah, I
White
guess.
people love them some Taco Bells.
Sure.
Anyway, para bailar la bamba. Para bailar la bamba se necesito de poco de gracia.
Let's see. What else were we going to talk about? I don't know. Do you want to talk about the show tonight?
Not necessarily. I mean, I didn't really pay attention too much.
Yeah, me neither.
I was kind of taking field trips and
Right.
looking at attractive people in the audience.
Oh
that
my
were,
goodness,
well
yes.
spoken for.
Yeah, well endowed, rather.
Well endowed and spoken for.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's
why
true.
were they there?
That's true.
Good kids. Good kids in the audience.
Good
for
kids
them.
in the audience, for sure. Is that Richard?
Someone might be coming to murder us. It's not like your front door, possibly. Like you feel like you have an alarm system where you're like, beep, beep, beep.
No, it was Rich. He was good.
Richie Valens again. Alabama.
Hello, Bamba.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, we actually are recording this after the show tonight, which was
Well after, it's
Yeah, well
quite well
after.
into Saturday morning almost.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, excuse me, and we're here because we're super cool with the ladies and
Yeah.
popular.
Yep, we definitely, we had a lot of stuff going on tonight, but we decided to say, you know what, we really are dedicated
miss
to this
100%
podcast.
of the shots you don't take.
No.
And where we went, there were no shots. So
That's true. Whatever, who cares? No, we're just so dedicated to this podcast that we decided to forego all of the other exciting
Oh, yeah, that too.
prospects and opportunities that we
I
had
could have got a
tonight.
hooker,
You
and
could-
not even like
You could have.
a hooker who was usually like $1,000 hooker, 50% off, and like a $400 mail-in rebate
Just for you.
just for me. It came into my Groupon account
Right.
because I'm an extreme Grouponer.
Yeah, you're a preferred member.
It was a very exclusive deal. Maybe like 1,000 people got in on it,
Okay.
and I could have had that. I could be there right now. But you know what? I said, hey, this expires in October.
Yeah.
I have plenty of opportunities between now and October to use it. Let's
Yep.
go podcast. Let's do the hot and nasty. Let's make a
Let's do the hot and nasty. Man, I don't know. I had a lot of fun at the show tonight, but I don't really want to talk about the show too much as I want to talk about how fucking stupid were those people that we were seating and dealing with all night. I know you were talking about like some people specifically that were just you don't understand. So since Mark and I are very amateur comedians, we do whatever we can to get stage time. Okay, and we don't like.
I've sucked a couple dicks.
Well, I haven't done that, so obviously Mark is more dedicated than I am.
And they don't even go to the comedy club. I'm just on the street. I just thought they would help. That'd be good karma.
God damn
It's like, hey, I want to brighten up your day. Come on, Jesus. Give me some of them luck.
Okay.
Roll dice here.
But we do whatever we can to help out so we can try and get stage time. And I don't know how you feel about it, but for me it's actually pretty enjoyable. It's something that I don't normally get to do. It's,
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we typically seat people at the club and take drink orders.
No, I've never done that. You've done that.
Well, I've done it. Yeah.
I've always told them like, hey,
God,
that pretty lady over there can help you out. Give her your money.
Yeah. But that's why I make tips and you don't. But I always feel weird about taking the tips, so I just put them in the tip jar.
I would definitely not, but then again, I'm not the one taking them.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, we don't like taking out the trash or any shit like that, but we do it for stage time, and it's fun most of the time. But
sometimes you get like people that are like really entitled.
Yes.
You're like, I paid money for this. Why am I not getting what I want? You're like, well, everyone else here paid money. And you know what? They got what they wanted because they were prompt and they were on time and they were punctual. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, oh my God.
But not go fuck yourself. Thank you for coming and supporting local comedy.
Yeah, I mean, we're both honestly not used to interacting with people.
Take a sip of more water.
We're not used to interacting with people in...
My brown alcoholic water. Huh?
Yeah. We're not used to interacting with people when we work, so it's really interesting when we come in here and we do this. It's amazing how stupid these people are. I can't believe what like bartenders and waiters and waitresses have to deal with like on a daily basis because that's their job. They have to put up with this kind of shit every single day.
Every time I deal with a shitty person, I'm reminded of like that the Tom Segura bit that he did on his latest special. Not Mostly Stories. Mostly Stories?
Yeah, I watched that one.
And he's talking about how he went to a movie theater and there's people talking.
Yes,
and then he goes talk to like the movie theater manager. He's like, hey, there's shit going on there. And the dude's like, sometimes people suck.
Sometimes people suck.
And that's like my mantra every time I deal with like a shitty person. I'm like, oh yeah, some people suck. Some people just aren't good at life or being human beings in general.
Yeah, Tom Segura.
And you just have to put up with it because they're just shit.
Yeah, Tom Segura says, like, that was the best customer service experience I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's so true. Like,
some people just plain suck.
Like, you get a group of people that's like, oh yeah, we have 6 in our party, and they show up fucking 5 minutes before the show starts and wonder why they can't be sat together. Like, you're fucking dumb. But literally the word, the worst tonight.
Ay caramba.
The worst tonight was when I sat this couple, it was obviously it was just a set of 2 chairs in the back. They could see straight to the stage, straight to the microphone. And the guy said, "Hey, can I move these 2 chairs over here?" And it was right where I was standing. And I said, first of all, no. Second of all, like I don't think you really want to move the chairs here because there will be a big pole in your way and you won't be able to see all the stage. And the guy just looks at me and his mouth is open and he goes, "No, it won't."
Like if I wanted to
I
paid $80 for 4 tickets.
Like I'm fucking lying. Like, it just blew my mind how fucking dense this guy was. It was like, I'm standing right here. I'm not lying to you. If you stand right here and see what I'm seeing, this is irrefutable evidence. You won't be able to see the comedian. There's a pole in your way. You won't enjoy your experience, but fucking do what you want, I guess. And so I just like... it was one of those like throw up your hands moments.
There's kind of a timing to it where like you have to like smile at the person and be like, hey, enjoy the show. Like I'm not like just throwing you here and like running away.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like, oh, cool. Hey, how about these seats? I think they're great. Awesome. Cool. Enjoy the show. I'll see you guys later. I'll go see the next person. You guys are like, oh, yeah, there's 2 right there, bye. Like, there is the fucking, I don't know, I mean, a lot of people don't fucking accept it. And they're like, hey, that guy left. I'm gonna go find my own seat.
Yeah.
And they move around, but, like, for the most part, it's kind of like, be polite with them. Take your time. But it's kind of tough when you got, you know, the other 20 people rushing in.
Yeah, and you got fucking dummies who want to just sit behind poles, I guess. It's just like, I don't know, it's like, you know, I ended up just like throwing up my hands and saying, yeah, dude, move the chairs wherever you want. Do
You
it.
just set out a bunch of like picnic blankets in that room. Just be like, hey, go pick a picnic blanket, bro. Wherever you want, go for it. And
Well,
I feel like that would be much easier.
And like, people don't understand that there are other people trying to be sat and have to, you know, there's like a certain number of seats and a certain number of tickets sold. And so that means that a certain number, like, you know, people have to be sat down and all the chairs have to be filled. But people never give a shit about that. They always care about where they're sitting and, you know, what their experience is going to be like. And the worst was at that one show where I set the like those 3 women against the wall, and because, you know, that's what I was told to do. You know, sit them against the wall first, and then we'll fill in the tables.
They must have been attractive, but okay.
Yeah, no, like they were bigger gals, but that has nothing to do with the story. I set them down and I put them in 3 seats against the wall, and then I look over and
And that roach has wings
where
on your ceiling
where
up above.
I don't see him.
No, he's sneaky. He's a sneaky critter.
Whatever.
You can snap at him, you can call him. Come here.
Yeah, come here, buddy. Come here, Papa. Papa Roach.
Cut my life into pieces.
Cut my life into pizza. This is my first.
Alright. Moving back to something less annoying.
Right, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I sit them against the wall. I turn around like 2 seconds later.
And they were crawling around on the floor like slugs. Oh my goodness. So
Just getting their juices
so
everywhere.
annoying. Just crawling around like they didn't have hind legs.
Yeah.
Hinds feet in high places, you guys. Praise the Lord. Anyway.
Hey. What's up?
What's up, Richie Rich?
Fuck it all.
You want to be our new
What is
John
that?
Ray here, since he somehow left?
Yeah, John Ray left.
He's our guest, and he just said, "You know what?
Yeah, he left to go
Fuck
get drugs.
this."
What is that?
Is that a roach? Is that a roach?
No idea.
It's just a bunch of fucking shit on it.
Like a gotcha? There's a bunch of fucking shit on the floor, and I don't feel like it's good for the feng shui of this room.
One of the dogs checked my breakfast. It's a leaf on some grass.
I don't know. Did someone like come in with their shoes off in the back?
Could have been some pho. Someone to the Vietnamese restaurant.
Whatever.
Get some pho. Spilt it. It all dried up. All the noodles evaporated.
So you just left in the middle of your guys' podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you're a guest. So
I'm
this is
not.
now the Uneducated Statements with Andy Abode and Mark Joseph.
Yeah, we were talking
With
about.
special guests featuring John Ray and whatever you want to be called.
We were talking about drugs, and then John was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss and then go outside and smoke a cigarette."
This is
And then he
a
just
bitch
left.
About John's etiquette podcast.
Yeah, he just left, and then he texted us like 10 minutes later and was like, "Hey, yeah, you guys were talking about drugs, so I went to go get some." Fucking whatever. But no, okay, God.
I mean, we are in the drug area.
No, let me finish this story. So, these 3 women, I sat them against the wall, and then I turned around 2 minutes later, and they moved from the wall to like one of the front tables, and I went to go talk to them, and I said,
I've heard the story.
"Well, yeah, I went to go talk to them,
He's
and I
not
said,
with me.
hey, ladies, you know, I don't want to be the bad guy or whatever, but I set you guys over there for a reason. We got to fill up the sides, you know, the wall seats first, and then we can fill up the tables." And they said, "Oh, well, we got here early. We feel like we're being punished for getting here early. We can't eat there. We can't drink there. You're losing money if you sit us there." And I said, well, that's where I was told to put you or whatever. And they said, let me talk to your manager about you. And I was like, well, I don't fucking work here, so whatever. But I'll go get him. It's fine. And I did. And then Brandon was just like, yeah, whatever. They can stay there.
When someone asked me, and they're like, man, I'm kind of upset about this. I want to see your manager today.
I'd be like, me.
Oh,
it's me. I'm my own manager.
I told him, I think he went out back to go kill himself. And the 3 dudes were totally not impressed by it, but the one hot chick that they were with laughed. She caught herself.
That's all that matters.
And she's like, oh, you don't think this is funny? I was like, awesome. And then later they had some pretty dope seats. I was like, hey, we get it sorted out, guys? They're like, yeah, man, thank you for talking to your manager. I was like, I didn't say shit to anyone. I kind of left y'all and I went to go hide.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some, I felt kind of bad, but there's some woman who was a group of 6, and they said, hey, can you go get a mop? Because there's a big puddle of water by our seats. And I was like, oh, well, we actually mopped up that area in between shows because I know someone spilled beer over there. And she's like, yeah, probably, but there's just still so much water over by our seats. It's kind of ridiculous. And I was like, okay, I'll go get a mop. And then I just fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I sat there and I saw her walk to the bathroom twice, and she glared at me, and I was like, I don't give a shit. What do you want? What's the worst that can happen to me? I'm going to lose my fake job that doesn't really exist. Oh my God. Just whatever. Just be happy with the show. Just fucking watch it and go home. And just don't be shitty to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, for sure we're complaining because, there's shit to complain about.
I guess that's
people.
Yeah, I guess that's a reasonable thing to complain about, I guess.
We're definitely grateful for
whatever.
the opportunity to come in and earn stage time.
Oh, for
check
sure.
out these, pretty good headliners that are, they have a lot of different skills that they've acquired over the years and techniques. And it's oh, shit. Wow, look at the way he just handles the mic stand, or he smiles when he says this part of his joke, and it works out that much better.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a really great learning experience. I'm definitely not complaining about the opportunity itself. I'm just complaining about individual people,
Different aspects within that.
And specific groups. Obviously, everyone that works with people is going to have certain people that they want to complain about.
Yeah, at the end of the day, how many of these shows have you helped out with? They're big draws, even the smaller ones.
Probably half a dozen or so.
Couple, right? And you keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it because
yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna stop.
No, it's not oh fuck, this is the final straw. It's I don't think there would be a final straw.
Yeah, I'm never this is the last straw. I'm done.
I'm doing something I really like doing because one lady said her beer was warm.
Yeah,
it was
no.
5 degrees above the room temperature.
I guess it's easier to point out the negative things, but there's a lot of good stuff too. Most of the there's probably about a third of the people that are just dumb or suck or whatever, but the other 2/3, great people.
Super cool.
Super nice.
Cool. And they're oh yeah, buddy, thank you.
Yeah, and they're
oh man, y'all enjoy the show.
They laugh at your stupid jokes, and they're haha, I'm gonna have a great time tonight.
Tell them that the show's canceled because the headliner OD'd, and they're like, ha ha ha.
Hey, yeah,
you need that, do you? You're I could.
Yeah, it's hey, you guys are gonna have to wait a little longer outside because the headliner's doing a bunch of coke and fucking strippers. or hey, sorry.
Some ridiculous shit that obviously isn't true.
Yeah, sorry everybody. Due to the number of people who bought tickets and the limited number of seats, we're gonna have to put people in laps tonight. So if you're at the front of the line, get ready to have someone in your lap. And then all the people that laughed, I was like, yeah, you're cool people. And then all the people that were
that third
yeah, no, there were seriously some people when I said that, they were
they were manager, I'm not saying someone else was what?
They were so if we want to, if we don't want someone in our lap, we have to go to the back. Someone literally asked me that tonight. It's no, I'm fucking kidding. Come on. Just get with it. This is a comedy show.
Sit in the back.
For Christ's sake.
You gotta sit crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, you have to sit crisscross applesauce. And, if at any point during the show you accidentally pop a boner, you will be asked to leave.
Yeah. That's not cool. Okay.
I don't know.
You're all the same here. You're all the same gender. You're all just comedy patrons.
Yeah.
There's no male, there's no female. Just here to have a good time.
Gee whiz. I don't know. I really like it though. Like it's fun. Like it's a cool experience. But yeah, whatever. What else? What were we gonna talk about? I don't know. My for those of you listening, my AC is broken. So
That means air conditioner.
Yeah,
not
air
We're
conditioner.
not talking about Slater from Saved by the Bell.
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that could be confusing. Yeah, my air conditioning is broken, and we live in South Texas, so that's really kind of a bummer. I don't know how I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. But-
Probably not terribly.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like
It's not sweltering. Like I'll probably be okay,
You're spreading out your surface area.
especially under like a ceiling fan.
I would literally die here right now. Sorry, people in podcast land. I mean, I feel like this is pretty comfortable, but like I can see how like I would take a nap and I have a mild amount of sweat about me,
Oh, for sure.
and I wake up not entirely refreshed, like almost as tired as I did. When I
Well,
went to bed.
yeah, no, I'll probably just wake up and feel gross. It's fine because I do that every day. But-
You don't have like a circulating fan, one that reciprocates.
no.
It's like 120 degree.
I have a box fan in the garage.
That's not bad.
Might
That'll
need to
work.
break out.
That'll get you.
But I don't know. This is just like really contributing to my whole like I really want to get away from South Texas type thing.
I've never really been a fan of air conditioning.
Wait, what? Why?
I've never been a fan of air conditioning. Like I used to like spend a lot of time outside.
Okay.
So like I would run between like really heavily air conditioned buildings and going back outside.
Yeah.
Like at school, like during summer, like
Yeah,
we
okay,
go to
that
the
makes
movies and
sense.
then we go outside and run. And like that transition from the hot to cold, could like pretty fuck you up. Like make you feel a little bit sick for a while. And so like I just didn't sleep with air conditioning. Like I didn't do air conditioning for like a whole year, at least. Like I would live at home with my family, so like they forced me to use air conditioning. But I would just not use air conditioning. I like open up a window, I put a fucking a box fan next to me, and like that was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And I sleep from like 11 to 7 every day.
Like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
AM.
Oh, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And
Okay.
then you fucking like get up, go for a run at 7 p.m. Maybe
AM.
I'd crash in the mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Probably in an air-conditioned room because like that's where it just happened to be the people.
Yeah, I always had a problem in college falling asleep during classes in the winter that had like the heat running.
I poured a lot of whiskey, by the way.
Do you not want to finish it? 'Cause I'll
Not
finish-
necessarily. We got time.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like this whole thing is just like contributing to my desire to travel far away from South Texas. I don't know. I don't know where I'd go though.
I feel like this specific area of South Texas, like you're going like really south, it gets better, but I feel like that's because of drug money.
Yeah.
But, like this area of South Texas. Again, I feel like it's very dependent on the humidity.
Right.
I feel like here we have high humidity, so it discourages a lot of like physical activity outdoors. It
Yeah,
also
I
promotes a lot of this like external, disgusting type blemishes that we have on the highway,
Yeah.
on our sidewalks.
God.
All this growth of like weeds growing between the cracks of our sidewalk.
Yeah. I don't know. I try and run outside as much as I can, but it's so hard here because, like, every time I do it, I feel like I'm going to die.
You could run like 3 miles on a treadmill and have energy.
Yeah,
to keep doing
but
shit
here
throughout the
you
day.
can run like
You can run a mile outside.
yeah, and
then
just
be fucking exhausted for the
feel
rest
like
of the day.
feel like you're gonna die.
Depending on the time of day, of course,
But I mean, I guess that's fine because trouble with like insomnia, so I can just go run like a mile. Like I try and run like 2 miles outside here, and then I'll just be tired for the rest of the day, and that's fine because I'll do whatever I need to do and then just go right to sleep. But I don't know. I just really want to get away from here. I don't know. If you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go?
Anywhere. Well, define how much time to have to spend wherever I go.
What do you mean? How much time or
Like,
how much money?
Am I just gonna like pop in there and be like, hey, I'm here in Japan.
Let's say you have
Beijing, China.
let's say it's not too much time, but it's like enough time to get kind of used to everything. Let's say 2 weeks might be too long.
2 weeks is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, let's say you have 2 weeks to go anywhere you want. Where'd you go?
I spent a lot of time in Europe. I haven't been to like anywhere in Africa, South America, or the Orient,
Okay.
as it were.
Yeah, Asia. Southeast Asia, Australia, whatever.
I think I'd go check out South America.
Okay, why's that?
Maybe rent like a motorcycle or a scooter.
Yeah.
And go tour around. That just sounds pretty cool to me. Low exploration. Might
Interesting.
go pretty far.
Like, is there anything about like that culture specifically that you want
I've
to?
heard other like really white people from like Australia. Like, oh yeah, mate, I went to South America and I had this like sort of shitty accent. Like they had like talk about all this great times they had just exploring. And, like, oh man. So I'm intrigued by their stories. Like, oh yeah, like that's what I heard. Like they went there and they bought a motorcycle and they wanted to see how much it costs to ship it all the way back to Australia, but it was like cost prohibitive. So like I'll sell this to this kid for $200 because it's already pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like they just like toured around South America on motorcycles. That sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lots of cocaine. Lots of cocaine there.
God bless.
And I would like to do lots of cocaine for two. I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that.
My thing is, it's obviously like very similar, but I had a friend who he had like a full ride scholarship to Georgia Tech, and it was an ROTC scholarship, so he was going to get commissioned in, I can't remember what branch of the military after college, but he had all this stuff going for him, and I think it was in his sophomore year of college, like halfway through, he just had a fucking mental breakdown and literally sold every single one of his possessions and traveled to Asia. Okay, and he initially went and did some traveling in Indonesia, but he spent like 6-7 months in Vietnam, and what he did was he went there, sold everything he had again, bought a motorcycle, and just rode it across Vietnam and just met a bunch of people, and I guess ended up traveling around, and he met so many people that they're actually like hilarious pictures. He ended up being this guy's best man at this like Vietnamese guy's wedding, and there are pictures, and they're all like really short Vietnamese people, and then there's just my like freakishly tall, lanky white friend, and he obviously didn't have like a suit or anything there, so he had like some shitty dress pants and just a t-shirt, and he was this guy's best man at the wedding. And
wow.
He took and he rode his fucking motorcycle all around, ended up selling it, and I guess he like sold his motorcycle and then like did some odd jobs for a while until he had enough money to buy a plane ticket home. But that sounds really interesting to me, man. Like, you're such an outsider. Like, I feel like that, you can be an outsider to the point that people will want to take you in and show you their world.
Yeah, the kind of hospitality is like really, really attractive.
Well, I mean, like, the hospitality thing is one. That's like part of it, but at the same time, it's like if you met someone who was just so completely foreign to like your life, wouldn't you want to take them in and say, hey, this is how I live and this is what I do, right?
So long as they were white.
Okay, come on.
I'm just kidding. As long as they're a white Mexican or African guy, I'd be cool. No. Yeah, that'd be for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if an alien landed here, it would be the same way, but to a lot of people in the world...
It's definitely like the sympathy factor, but also like you're adorable.
Yeah.
They'd survive without me.
Well, maybe not that necessarily. It's
I'm kind of arrogant, but...
You wouldn't get a great experience without me, is basically the idea. And which is like... I'm pretty sure that's how we would treat aliens, like if aliens landed on Earth, we would say, hey...
If I could find them.
Yeah, we would say, you know nothing about how we live,
You
so...
know nothing of Javert, okay? He was born inside a jail.
No,
He was born inside a prison too. He was born with scum like you.
No, you would say, you know literally nothing about living on our planet or our culture, and this is how it goes.
As you Jewel.
Right, sure, whatever. I'm not listening to you. And I feel like a lot of people are viewed as more or less aliens when you go to a different country or a different region.
I was born with scum like you.
I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you not watched Les Miserables?
I have. I'm just choosing to ignore you.
Did you watch a Broadway production?
Well, no, I watched the
Hugh
movie.
Jackman and
Yeah. Anna Karenina. No, Anna Karenina. That's
I
not
am
right.
Javert.
Anne Hathaway.
I am Javert. And he talks like this. That's very weird. Shit.
Have you ever?
Russell Crowe.
I think we talked about
God
that.
damn
Never mind. What's your favorite musical?
My favorite musical. Phantom or Wicked.
Phantom. Wicked,
I would probably
okay.
say Phantom.
I really liked Phantom. I also liked Rent. Cats was entertaining, but it's fucking Cats. For those of you musical fans listening, I'm not shitting on Cats. It's just like, I don't know. It wasn't very groundbreaking to me. It was just fucking cats. I don't know how to describe it other than it was just cats. That's terrible. Anyways, haven't seen Wicked yet. I really want to though, because I hear it's
You can listen to the soundtrack.
life-changing or whatever.
You listen to the soundtrack and like read a little bit of the Wikipedia article and probably get a pretty good.
I mean,
gist of it.
I love The Wizard of Oz, so
Oh, you would like it.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you like it. It's pretty dope soundtrack. Very motif.
Pretty dope, eh?
Pretty dope, bro. Pretty dope. Sick motifs going on. You know,
Yeah.
especially with the original cast of Indina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
There you go. What was the Broadway show where Daniel Radcliffe was the star and he like did an American accent and was naked on stage?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what that show was.
I just remember that's a thing. He was naked.
It wasn't super popular, but
But it's still a thing. Like Harry Potter had just kind of ended.
yeah, it was a very notable thing for sure.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't know. Any of you listeners that know what I'm talking about, please write into the show at Uneducated Statements podcast.
Whatever you want to write into.
Yeah,
right?
whatever you want to write into.
Gmail account.
Yeah,
They'll
can
answer you.
can,
Either stop writing me.
You could
We'll
send.
probably tell you that too.
Yeah, you could send letters wherever, and you might get a response back.
Yeah, send your physical address. It will send you a physical letter.
Yeah, actually, no, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like.
I don't know. Should I say this address on the podcast?
No.
Probably not.
Send your email. Send your physical address to the email,
Yeah, and
we'll
we'll send
hit
you a
up.
physical letter back.
Probably tell you to fuck off
Yeah,
because stamps are so expensive.
but we'll use like magazine clippings so it looks like a ransom note, but it just says "fuck off." Stop writing us. We have your son.
We have your son. Like, I don't have a kid. Like, we have somebody's son. You better stop it.
It might not be your son. We have somebody's son.
Somebody's baby boy. You gotta
Jesus.
treat him like you cook meal. What?
Let's see. I don't know. What were you talking about? Traveling, right?
Talking about traveling and stuffing 6-year-olds full of coke.
Probably
Apparently.
shouldn't do that.
Probably wouldn't be a great idea if anyone's listening and they're thinking about using their child as a drug mule.
Don't do that.
Maybe there's other avenues that you could pursue. You know, maybe
I mean,
just get a
we're-
second job or
Neither of us are very educated, but
collect some
we're
aluminum.
pretty confident that you shouldn't do that.
Aluminum cans or something. You know.
Our guest texted me.
Is he dead?
Nope,
Yeah, he died.
he's still alive.
Does he want to come back?
Yeah, he does.
He
but
does want to come back.
He does want to come back, but I'm pretty sure like this is about it for the recording. I don't know.
Let's just keep record going. And do you want to come back? I feel like I gotta go home. I thought it'd be funny to have him come back and edit him back in, like nothing would happen. But fuck it.
I don't know. I think this is pretty good.
This isn't bad. No.
We definitely hit everything we wanted to talk about.
Yay.
Sort of. I don't know what we even wanted to talk about besides traveling.
Well, I had some stories about traveling, but
We'll save it for next time. We'll talk about it some more.
Next time when we have better audio quality.
Yeah. Hey, for all of you listeners, we're gonna have great audio equipment
Or
next
we
week.
won't, because the audio equipment will turn out to be total shit. So.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's one of those things. If you invest in it, there's like a noticeable improvement.
Yeah.
So
We'll see how it goes.
we'll probably be fine.
Maybe we'll play some D&D eventually.
Yeah. Looking forward, we're gonna definitely do a couple episodes of D&D podcast where we get some local comedians together to play D&D. This is an idea I got from another podcast I listened to.
Oh, I thought this is your idea.
Well, I mean,
Well,
Andy Gomez suggested it,
let's all
but
play a game of Skate. That's my original idea.
Andy Gomez suggested.
Yes, I said it weird.
Andy Gomez suggested that we play D&D just in general. And I said, this podcast I listened to, they did some D&D podcast episodes, and they were really funny, really enjoyable to listen to. And that's the Urban Toledo Gang podcast. And those guys are great.
I want to suck your dick.
I don't want to do that.
A collective dick. Not any individual one, but
Just-
collectively, if they have one
Just the podcast.
phallus, I want to put my mouth on it and inhale.
Okay. They might hear that. I don't know. Whatever.
They might hear this.
They might contact you about
I have a
it. So
YouTube algorithm that searches.
it's fine. You better
names.
put your money where your mouth is, if you know what I mean.
Mouth where,
Yeah.
where their collective wiener is.
I don't know. So we might do a D&D podcast. Might be a couple episodes of that. Just some local comedians here playing D&D. I've never played D&D. Neither has Mark. So should be fun.
Yeah, my only familiarity with it is based on pop culture references.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop culture references to it. So
But I feel like the real thing probably isn't that similar, or maybe it's a lot more complex.
Yeah, it's weird how I feel like I have a general understanding of how D&D works based on pop culture references. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that at all. I recently watched that series Stranger Things on Netflix, and it opens up with the kids playing D&D, and I was like, yeah, I'm following this. This all makes sense, but God, I feel like there's a lot of preparation to it, so I'll figure it out. I think I'm going to be the dungeon master, and everyone.
Well, why do you get to be the DM?
Do you want to be the dungeon master?
I would love to be the dungeon master.
For real?
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
I mean,
I feel
you're. That kind
I
of.
feel like I'm a natural born leader.
I feel like you would just take us off the rails.
Maybe.
Which is fine if you guys do that as characters, but I kind of want to have like the campaign moving in a general direction.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of better suited to do that.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, why do you respectfully disagree?
Cause fuck you. That's why.
Okay, I acknowledge your opinion,
Okay.
and you're wrong. So
We'll take a vote. We'll do this democratically when we do our game.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out.
I'm gonna read so much on being a dungeon master between now and next week, or whenever this happens.
It's definitely not going to happen next week.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, we'll Skype. We'll Skype dungeon master because I'll be living in Antarctica.
Now we'll grab some other comedians. I know George Delgado and Andy Gomez are very interested in doing it.
I mean, total of 4, so we can only have like 2 other guests.
I mean, we can have them plus like. I feel like it would be fun to have Doug on just to kind of.
He might pull a John Ray on us and just skedaddle.
I mean, he won't skedaddle.
I think you might skedaddle.
Nah. Well, maybe, I don't know.
I might skedaddle if I'm
That's
not the
fair.
dungeon master. What's my stake in it? What's keeping me here?
I don't know, but yeah. So
I'll give you 5. Put the okay. We'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, let's.
I got 2 dudes bringing each other's mouth air, talking to the same mic.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for this this episode of the
Is
Uneducated Statements podcast. Yeah, we should cut it off there. I
Yeah,
think.
you want to tell people what your name was?
What do you mean?
Hey, you're Andy Abode.
Yeah.
I'm
So.
Mark Joseph. And I'm John Ray. Thanks for joining us, John Ray.
Yeah, thanks for
You've been
joining
a
us, John
swell
Ray.
guest.
You've been a great guest. Yeah.
Any hoozle.
Yeah, come back
Yeah.
anytime for sure.
Anytime, bro.
So.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Sorry, I was a little sleepy, but I had to take a nap. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, no
bro.
problem, dude. We all get
Anytime.
sleepy. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyway, yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, keep listening. We'll put out another episode next week, and hopefully it'll be better audio quality. So,
Yeah.
you know, just stick with us, and we appreciate you guys for listening. And have a great week.
Those are weird.
Those are weird.